What's up, everybody? This is Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Thank you to everybody who hung out with me last night as we did the live breaking down the G.I. Joe Classified series HasLab. It was really fun, really exciting. Everybody was so hyped up about it. And it seemed like by the time we finished, it was going to get fully funded, but it took until today. But now it has finally broken through. It's got more than the 10,000 required backers. Right now it's at 10,511. That's awesome. So for everybody who's ordered it, at the very least, we're going to get the Dragonfly, this great stand, that awesome looking Wild Bill, and all of these fire, flame, smoke effects, and all these missiles, machine guns, everything coming here is really good. I'm really excited about this. This is going to be a great set, and it seems like it's not going to slow down anytime soon. Everything's going to get funded, so it's just a matter of time. First up, on that funding tier level is Night Force Ripcord. He gets unlocked with 13,000 backers, and then the next one 16,000, and then 19,000 for the final one. And the His Tank got 26,000 backers. I think this is a better deal in terms of everything you're getting. So I don't anticipate any problem with everything getting fully funded. And there's still 41 days to go. So it's not like it's up against the wall. Oh no, will it fund? I think everything that is going to be revealed will get it fully funded. So no worries, no concern on that end. And I'm not really here to talk about G.I. Joe Classified series. There's still many more days left in June, 3 more pre-order windows coming up. So let's share a little love with some of these other Hasbro brands, because much like Wu-Tang Clan, they're coming for you, and you're going to have to protect something, not your neck, but your wallet, because they're hitting hard with some really great figures coming up on the horizon. First up is the new reveal. It's of the Marvel Cinematic Universe film, The Marvels, which is dropping November 10th. The pre-orders for this wave are coming tomorrow. So I'm kind of curious if it's going to be another one of those cases like we've seen with some other films like Quantum Mania, where the film comes and go and we haven't seen figure one on our Target shelves, which is really odd and really weird. I guess a lot of this will depend on the reaction, the response to the film, if people are excited about it. But the wave so far is kind of broken down differently than Quantum Mania, where Quantum Mania had basically an even split, just a little bit more slanted towards the MCU figures. This one leans a little bit heavier on the comic book based figures, but I don't think that's a bad thing based off the comic book figures they decided to go with. So let's break down what we've got for this very first wave revealed. So first up, we've got Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, in her slightly updated outfit. I really love this head sculpt. I think they knocked out Brie Larson's likeness so well. And while they can't get all the layers of the hair like you'd really like to see, I think they did a really good job with this as well. I do think you might have to be worried about this little section here in case they don't glue it down properly. She could have some really bad 5-head thing going on. But the cheeks, the nose, the mouth is really Brie Larson. And I think that's really spectacular. All these little details, including this little button here on her collar and all the sculpted elements. You expect that from MCU figures. They delivered once again. And you see here, I assume these are her versions of the Nega Bands, which Captain Marvel and Rick Jones in the comic clashed and they swapped places. I was kind of thinking about this wave. This would be a good time for a 2-pack of a new, better version of Captain Marvel and Rick Jones, a long overdue character in the Marvel Legends line. He didn't even get a Toy Biz version. He needs one because he's so key and so integral to the early days of Marvel, and I think he deserves a figure. But this is a really strong figure. We're still not out of the woods of windowless packaging just yet. So here's a look at what this is going to look like. And I think this shows you again how great that head sculpt likeness is. I mean, they've got the shape of Brie Larson's head down just fine. The eyes, the cheekbones, the nose, and the mouth, everything looks really good. I do wish they came up with something a little bit more exciting than these same standard effect pieces that we've seen so often and so many times with so many different figures. It's time for some new ones. I'd love to see something taking a little bit more use of what Carol's powers look like. So maybe some Starburst looking thing. I think that would have been cooler than just the same old effect pieces we constantly see over and over with her. And next up, we've got Steve Rogers, Commander Rogers, if you will. I really like this figure. This is one who was badly in need of an update. This was the last one. And I really enjoyed Secret Avengers, but I just could not get past his head sculpt in any shape or form. It just makes him look like a brute. He looks so mean. It just not quite what I think of when I think of Steve Rogers. I don't know if I love this head sculpt either, though. It seems a little too mad, a little too intense to be Cap. He's more of a laid back strategist, so he's not going to show that much intensity. And I feel like this is more of him as a strategic force and not so much going out there charging in a battle. But I think everything else looks good. And I really, really love this shield. This is when he was rocking the energy shield because Bucky still had the actual genuine shield. So this is really cool. And you can see this got some translucent parts because you can actually see through it. And I really love that. I think that's a really nice touch. And the body, I think this is using a Vulcan mold, maybe, but it's a really nice looking sculpt. I don't know that with those pins. Maybe that's not the Vulcan mold, but the boots look great. All the stuff here. And I think if you want to, you can start borrowing some of these harnesses for G.I. Joe figures. So if you want to army build those grunts, you can use that for him. But I really like the look of this figure. I just hope, and I'm just really hoping they eventually get to a better head sculpt for Steve because he needs a better one. So here's an idea of everything that's coming with him. I feel like this render head here looks a little bit better than what we got. But here's the Build-A-Figure head, totally awesome Hulk. So he's not really littered with accessories, and that's annoying, but it's just something we got to deal with. And here's Secret Avengers. We've got a lot of the team rolling here. We've got Nova. We've got this updated version of Valkyrie. Still need a new Cat Beast. We've got War Machine. We've got Moon Knight, and now Commander Rogers. We could also get another Ant-Man for that Eric O'Grady version, but coming along with the team, and I like to see that. Next up, though, is my favorite, the one I'm most excited about with this wave. It's the Heroes Return Iron Man, and they really knocked out this armor. I mean, this is one of his more unique ones. You see here with this chest piece, and they've actually got the attachments to the shoulders, and it looks like they're going to just rise up so you won't have any issues with articulation, but it's so unique compared to some of these other Iron Man armors. Got these inner gauntlet pieces here, and that looks really nice the way they pulled that off. The mask is almost exactly what I wanted. The only thing, and this is something that was consistent throughout, was not everybody drew this armor with the eyes showing. George Perez did it, and I was like, this is the way I want this armor to look in every occasion. And I really think that adds so much more to Iron Man. You can see his eyes behind that armor. And another thing I wish they were able to incorporate was some sort of light up feature, and clearly was going to be light up on a 6-inch $25 action figure. But I wish maybe they had gone with a whiter light so we could have that energy hum effect. So it's not just all one color. But I think this is a really well done Iron Man figure. And I think this is going to be one of those standout ones in the whole line. And he just looks amazing. I think they did a killer job. No skimping on any detail. We got those shin pieces, the knee joint area just right. And I really love the way this turned out. He's got some accessories because he doesn't have a Build-A-Figure piece. So he's got those blast effects that, we've seen a million times with every Iron Man figure at this point. And he's got fists. So, that's about what we can expect to get out of Iron Man figures with no new head sculpt. Next up is Marvel Boy, and he's a character I did not have on my top 100 list. He looks good, though. I think this is using a Sunfire mold, and he's going to be a character I guess you can pair up with the Kate Bishop Hawkeye figure that we've gotten way back in the day, so you can flesh out your Young Avengers if you want to. They did his guns really well. I think these look cool. They're a nice little effect. They go in between his hands there, so that looks cool. But not really a whole lot to be excited about with him. He's got the left arm of Totally Awesome Hulk, and that looks pretty good. He's solid. He's just not a figure that I was really anticipating or hoping we'd see. This guy, however, he's not the weak link at all of this wave. It is Karnak. He is finally here, which means now our Inhumans are finally up to a massive 3, which is crazy considering they're a shorter, smaller team that should be completed relatively easy. But we finally got he who detects all the flaws in anything. And Karnak looks really good. I think they chose the right body for him. He's slender, really small. I like that. If he was even shorter compared to a regular figure, that'd be even better. But look at that. He's hitting some poses. He looks like he's ready for battle. So he can stand alongside your Black Bolt, your Medusa, and finally give the Inhumans some more people. And he's got the right arm and hand of the totally awesome Hulk. And he's got separate swappable hands, so you can have two flat palms, two fists, whichever way you want to display them. But it's nice to see him added to the line. Then next up, we go back with our Marvel's theme, and this is Miss Marvel. I don't like this new costume for her. I'm already upset that she's managed to lose her mask already. I think this is a really great head sculpt, though. It's kind of got one of those head sculpts that really captures the likeness of the actress, and I think that's really well done. But this costume's a little bit too busy. It feels like that typical MCU, let's give a new costume just because, as opposed to, it's a great costume, let's keep working and rocking it for a long time. And it looks like, just like the other figure, it's going to have some really solid articulation, and she looks really good. It's just a little too busy for me. And her accessory is, she's got Goose with the big tentacles coming out. I think that's a fantastic accessory. So I think for people who aren't even interested in the MCU at this point, are going to want this for the Captain America, Captain Marvel cat with the tentacles coming out to engulf everyone. And that's really cool. I like that inclusion a whole lot. So here she comes with the torso of the totally awesome Hulk, and she's got two hands so she can have grab hold of Goose, and that'll be cool. And then next up, I think, is one of the standout figures in the wave. And while I'm not that excited about MCU figures anymore, this head sculpt of Tiana Paris looks fantastic. This is Photon, and she looks tremendous. And the white and black is just such a stark color scheme, stark contrast, and it looks really great. You can see her part here. It's got a little silver in there. She's got the earrings. That's one of the better head sculpts we've seen from Marvel Studios, Marvel Legends head sculpts, and they've been doing really great work. But I think this is one of the standout figures. Probably one of those, when it comes to the end of the year, I'll go, this is one of the best figures they put out. And she looks really good. I'm so excited to see her in the MCU. So it's really exciting to see her figure here. And she looks great. Looks like she's got a lot of great posability and will really shine, pun intended, in this wave and with your MCU Avengers. She comes with two fists, so she also has the effects. I wish they'd given her some light up accessories, but can't ask for too much more with these figures at this point. She comes with the right leg of totally awesome Hulk. Build-A-Figure, so that's cool. Next up is a Build-A-Figure himself, Amadeus Cho, the totally awesome Hulk. And I think he looks a little slighter than most Hulk figures, which is nice. He doesn't need to be fully hulked out like the Bruce Banner version. He's a little bit slimmer. That's good to see. And he's got his biker shorts. He's got his, you can see all that texture element there on the shorts and his belt. He's got that one gauntlet on his left arm, but he looks like he's ready for action. I love the cocky smirk he's got on his face, like, oh, I've totally got this. That's really fitting the character. And we're getting a little bit closer now to finishing off another team. We got Miles Morales. We've got Sam Nova. Got Miss Marvel with her toned down cooler outfit. Got Ironheart already. We just need this version of Wasp and Vision. So we're really close to getting this team tackled and knocked out, which means, of course, it's going to take so much longer for us to get those team members completed. But overall, I think this is a really strong wave. I don't know if I'm so excited about getting the MCU figures now. I kind of want that Photon, but between that Heroes Return, Iron Man, the Commander Rogers, I think there's some real gems in this set and figures that I'm looking forward to grabbing, adding to my collection. Now I'm kind of hoping that we get more of that Busiek era, George Perez era Avengers, the Heroes Return crew. So hopefully triathlons on the radar soon, maybe even a wider head sculpt Thor, the way that Perez drew him at that point. So many other cool figures, Firestar, Justice, really awesome. Love to see them in the line, but it's really cool to see another Marvel Legends wave back with a Build-A-Figure. I feel like we were starting to get away doing so many 2-packs. So it's nice to see the return of a Build-A-Figure in this wave and another Inhuman finally joining the ranks. So now I can start clamoring for Crystal, Gorgon, Triton, Maximus the Mad, and of course Lockjaw. That's still enough characters for a full wave. I know we're never going to get that, but maybe this gets us closer to a box set. Who knows? We'll see. But I was really excited about this wave. What do you guys think? Are you excited about it? Which figures are you hoping to pick up? Which ones now jump up into your list of I need these figures because I've seen an Inhuman, a Secret Avenger, and another champion member? Let me know as always in the comments. Thank you as always for watching. This episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.